Okay, let's see if we can get this together and popping. Okay, so I'm back with another live video. Rotation is locked. Oh, I'll tell you that right there. Which way do you want me to do it then? Why are you saying that the rotation is locked? Rotate the device back which way? Hold on, y'all. For some reason, this is saying that the rotation is locked. And I'm wondering, does it want it to lock it this way? Is that what it's doing? Can't be, because YouTube never lets me do a video in this rotation. We'll see. I doubt it. I think I'll look over here on the computer. Hold on. Trying to get this thing set up. Let me go over here and look on the computer. Hey y'all, we're gonna talk DTF. Um, if you're coming on, tell me if that video is rotated. Because for some reason YouTube told me to rotate it, and it never tells me to rotate. Account. Oh, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why is that. Shit. Yeah, it is rotated. I knew that thing was rotated. I don't know why. Um, YouTube told me to rotate that design. It's and I don't know why, but hopefully, well, I guess y'all can see. I don't know why. Oh, turn that down. But hopefully, well, I guess y'all. Okay, so it still keeps saying that the rotation is locked, so I can't really like see much. So, um, we're gonna talk about. Make sure that I clean the camera back up, y'all. So we're gonna talk about DTF printing. And starting a DTF business. I started doing DTF printing, outsourcing DTF prints last year. Like, it's kind of dark in here. Is it too dark or can y'all see? So I started outsourcing DTF prints. I feel like that light is just like glowing like right there on my dang on head. So I'm going to turn this way a little bit. So I started outsourcing DTF printing last year. Well, this year. No, wasn't even last year. It was this year in 2025. And because I no longer wanted to print in-house, and I did not want to build a machine. I was like, no, I'm not gonna build a printer, another printer. I'm not gonna buy another printer because the printers kept getting clogged. And for me, being a screen printer, trying to screen print, trying to deal with the administrative side of the business and all of that stuff. Anyways, y'all, it has been the best thing ever for me and my business to outsource the DTF prints. I'm gonna fix that light. I'm gonna have to fix that light that's shining right down on my head. Maybe that will do something. It's my other lights that are on. Hold on. That's gonna drive my ass crazy. That might help a little bit. It's not gonna help the light that's shining down on me. We'll just take that as a lesson. But outsourcing DTF transfers. When I first came on here at the beginning of the year, and I told you guys, hey, I'm gonna start outsourcing, and that when I got to spending $1,000, I said when I get to spending $1,000 a month in transfers, that I would buy a printer. Well, in the last month, I probably spent like $7,500 on transfers. But no, not $7,500. That's too much. Not $7,500. That's too much. It's probably been, because the orders have been like 1,000. Probably, I'm gonna say maybe close to like five grand this month, and I'm doing more and more every month. But remember when I said I'm gonna find a person who does transfers local? That was the other thing that I started this year, was supporting local business. If you want to get started in t-shirt business, or if you're like, hey, I don't really have the capacity to bring in a big DTF printer, and you are spending all of your time, if you're spending all of your time doing, repairing the DTF printer. For me, this was my story. I was spending more time repairing the DTF printer, and the printer is moving slow than it was working, right? And so I could not keep up with running the printer every day and things like that. And we're talking about like home printers. And so my printers kept clogging, y'all. Even my big 44-inch printer, it kept clogging. And that was pretty much it for me, like dealing with the clogs. And I just decided I would outsource. So I started outsourcing with Stalls and Howard Transfers, which y'all know I love both of those companies, right? But the truth of the matter is that the clients that I have, and my customers need stuff like right now. And I ain't have time to be waiting to get stuff through the mail. And then I had a couple of situations where stuff didn't arrive on time, or it went, and not from like Stalls or from Howard's Transfers, not on their end, but with UPS, like delivering the package to the wrong address, stuff like that would happen and make my orders late. And then if an order is late, and if that order is just an order that's needed, then you're just done for, and you have to do a return. So I set out to find 3 companies that were local that I could work with. And that's what I would recommend for anyone, is find 3 companies. So you got your main company that's going to do your DTF transfers, and then you've got another company as a backup, and then a third company as a backup, right? So you got your main person, and then you have 3 different people as backups. Let me back up, y'all. For those of you guys who don't know what DTF transfers are, this is kind of like a direct to garment print, but printed on a film. So they print directly on a film, and then after they print on the film, they have to powder this, right? You have to powder it, and then you have to like do a partial cure so that you can then use this and heat press it onto the shirt. And then the adhesion that's on the back of the transfer adheres to the shirt. So you get a feel, kind of a, to me, kind of like a rubbery feel, kind of like an old school opaque transfer type of feel. And so for that reason, a lot of people don't like it. Here's a couple here. Here's the shirt that we did for an activation here. So for that reason, a lot of people don't like it. But what this solves is, hold on, y'all. Y'all on the floor. Y'all, stop ringing. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Hey, y'all. Okay. So, um, back some, and maybe I can come down some like this, and that should work. Okay. So, the thing that this solves is, for 20 years we looked for 25 years I was looking a for a way to do full color prints on a dark color shirts. That solves the problem, right? For us being able to do that. And so it's great that we have that, but all transfers are not made the same. So just remember that. Like the ones that I have, these are cold peel. I would prefer hot peel because it's faster for me to do. You don't have to do the second press, things like that. But you will have, there's a customer that this type of printing is for. Like this type of printing is not for every customer. So I'm still like a fan of, I'm a screen printer. I'm going to always screen print. My big clients, they always want screen printing. But for activations and quick things, people who just need a few shirts, this is what they have to work with. So that's what we sell them. And so I started, getting the transfers and everything, built a relationship. You want to build that relationship with whoever is doing your printing. All of my boss ladies have started outsourcing transfers, right? You have a couple that will still print in-house, but for the most part, everybody is outsourcing the transfers. And I'm going to tell y'all something. With DTF, can you start and run a successful business with DTF? If you're shopping local, now, like I said, I love my big companies, right? And if I need something that's a specialty item, I will still order from a larger company. But for like everyday transfers and stuff like that, then this works just great. Now, if I need a silicone print or something like that, I'm gonna go over to Styles. But other than that, I'm gonna shop local. It's not a lot of people out here that will just be, frank with you guys and just tell you guys the truth. Because price does matter. Price matters, timing matters, how fast I can get things, and your business and who you do business with should be based upon like the customers that you do business with, right? Like, who do you do business with? Who's your customer? What's your customer's timeline? Things like that. We got all kinds of transfers on here. So I started doing this and it just works for me. Once I got to spending $1,000 a month in transfers, I had to sit back and look and say, okay, well, now it's time for me to buy a machine. But once I sat down and I ran the numbers and I started saying, okay, well, you're buying so many transfers that you need, for me, I'm buying so many transfers that I would need a professional DTF printer. which means that somebody has to run the machine, right? Somebody has to run it. We got to make sure that the investment is good and all of that stuff. And it's like, who's going to do that? The convenience of this, and y'all can't even see it, but I'm going to show you guys the convenience of having all of these transfers, and we still got stuff over there that we're going to cut, and we got stuff down here, transfers down there that we got to cut. But the convenience of just having all of this stuff done for me within a matter of like 2-3 hours, it can't be beat. Like, it just cannot be beat. Like, there's nothing that I could do to print this faster than what I'm getting it. So I'm really happy with it. And so I decided that I would just outsource. So like, if you find a company, I could literally, with my guy, y'all, I could literally sell transfers for the cost that I buy them wholesale from a lot of these other companies. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know, with transfers, where it beats out screen printing, even with these little bitty prints that I'm doing, where it beats out screen printing is on the size of the transfer. And this is the secret sauce. That's how you sell it to make your money, when you pricing it by size, right? My daddy always told me to go for the quick turnaround, right? And so I've always been a believer in bulk selling and doing that quick, you know, that quick turnover. So for me, for my standard size transfer and t-shirt that I'm going to print, my transfers are not going to be more than probably like 10.5 inches, a 10.5 by 10 inch print. And I'll go 10.5 inches because my DTF guy, he does the 22 inches by whatever rolls, and I normally buy like the 1,000-piece roll. But this particular design right here, this is only 8 inches. Sometimes y'all be overthinking that, hey, you got to have the shirts got to be like huge. This print is only 8 inches, and it's fine, right? It's fine. It could be a little bit bigger, but this print is fine. So if you charge your customers by the inches, right, then you'll make your money with DTF printing. And the other thing that I do is I pretty much stick to, for the most part, I probably stick to my screen print prices. But I do, let's say if you call me and you just wanted to get a single shirt, my DTF prints are going to start at $14.95. And that's where I differ from a lot of people who are selling DTF prints at $20 or $25. Because I'm selling at $14.95, I'm turning fast and people are buying more. In order for you to understand the flip, you have to sit down and do the math and say, okay, like, I can do 600 transfers in one day. How much money is that versus me doing 10 in one day? So it starts off $14.95, and then from there, you know, the price goes up depending on the t-shirt. And that's just a basic t-shirt, the cheapest t-shirt that I can get, probably the Gildan, probably a Gildan 5000, which is probably going to cost me like $2.25, $2.30, something like that, right? And so even if you, regardless of what you print, sometimes with DTF printing, the size of the person's print is not going to be like, let me make sure that I'm doing this right. I'm going to go this way. It's going to be easier. I'm going to stand up and do this. Sometimes the size of the person's print that they're getting may not be huge, right? So you'll have different stuff sizes, and then you can kind of, as you do your gang sheets, kind of like fit stuff in there on it. But for me, I said from the beginning that printing on the possibilities that it would open up for me was the possibilities of, you know, being able to print on caps and print smaller logos, left chest logos, things like that. That's where DTF really excels, right? So I may spend $1,000 on transfers, but that $1,000 on transfers, let's say if that $1,000 equates to $15 a shirt, right? And I'm doing um I'm doing 500 shirts, then hey, you done made you some money. So you have to kind of think about it like that, like on the business side. But that's, you know, from my training, I'm always okay. Anytime you can make 30% profit and you can do it fast with a quick turnaround, it's better than making, you know, doubling up your money. Um, because you're gonna be able to double and then flip and some more. This is the hardest part of this is cutting the transfer, especially when you're cutting these little bitty logos. But yeah, you can definitely. So how many of y'all do selling DTF transfers or doing DTF? Um, and the thing about it is there are customers out there. When I think of DTF, you naturally think of people who are needing like small items, like small orders and things like that. But in my last video, I was talking about how if you build your business with one customer in mind, then you'll, whatever it is that you're selling, you'll target that customer, right? And that customer will start to define, literally like define and tell you what they need and what they need it for. And you'd be surprised that, oh, you can sell, there are customers out there that are not reselling shirts that will buy this stuff in by 500-600 pieces, right? I could take this DTF and literally, um, you know, I could take 1,000-piece roll with DTF prints and probably get, I would say, I would have to actually go onto my website and look, but I'm going to tell you guys, hold on one second. So I have a free DTF calculator over on ladyprintboss.com. There is a free DTF calculator over on ladyprintboss.com, y'all. Um, okay, hold on. Let me see real quick, and I'm going to tell y'all. So just take you guys over here. So if you were to go over to my training website, right here up in, I'm going to turn this around. Right here up in this corner, there is a free DTF calculator that is there for you to use. So let's say if I did 10 by 10 and I needed 200 10 by 10 prints, I could probably do 200 shirts, right? 200 10 by 10 prints right at 1,000 piece, right? And if I'm spending for that 1,000 piece like $350, right? And I'm selling that 200 shirts at $14.95 a shirt, what does that give us? And we're talking about on the low end. So you're at $3,000 off of spending $300. So make it make sense, right? Okay, so now we did not add in the blanks. So if you add in the cost of the blanks, then you know it's going to be a little bit different. But you can go in here and say that your cost of blanks is $3, right? Use this. This is for your customer. You can go in and customize this and use this for your customer. And then you can copy this quote and send this quote over to your customer. I got all kinds of things over there that are free on the website that will help you guys in your business. You can go in and change your markup, right? We got the markup here at 200%. So let's say, for example, if for me, I'm doing this at 8 by 8 inch prints, right? I can get 200 of those prints for less than that. So let's go now. I'm going to try 250. If I did 250 prints now, right? And let's say, here's what I'm looking at, right? And we're putting this up. I've marked this up. So this is double. So actually, if I did just a regular 100% markup, we're only looking at without labor or anything, right? If I looked at it and I said, okay, this is where I'm at. So you would know, it's a way that you can really, like, you can even price your transfers per inch on here. So it's a bunch of stuff that you can go on here, what you can use this for to sell your transfers. Like, here's your profit per piece on here if you were to put this in. Now, where DTF is going to shine at for y'all is on these 3-inch transfers. So let's say I did the 3-inch transfers and I need 1,000 of those, right? Of those 3-inch transfers at 1,000, I've that's will cost me like about $150. So let's say I did 2,000 pocket prints, right? I did 2,000 pocket prints and I'm still under 1,000 inches, right? So look at 1,000 inches as being like $350, right? So let's say that if I sold those pocket prints, right, just on printing, which I would never do. So let's say that with screen printing, you would sell those pocket prints, let's say at $2 a piece, right? That's $4,000 that you have made just on, we're not talking about shirts, we're just talking about prints, right? So $4,000 that you've made off of $300. So make that shit make sense, right? That's why I chose to not even worry about doing the about purchasing a DTF printer, because if you look at it that way, you don't really need one. You don't have to have one, right? So I gotta stand this up some. And for me, it's a 1-day sale, so it's real easy. Once you learn the method to it and just really learn how to do it, then it's real easy for you to be able to make your money and make your profits. I'm trying to get this back off in here. It's real easy to make your money and make your profits. If you look at this roll right here, just if you look at this roll right here, you can see the money. Right? You look at this roll. You just look at this roll right here, right? Let's say this roll here probably, because this ain't even a full roll. This roll here is probably about $70, right? So all you literally need is your heat press and a hell of a marketing game. That's it. Now, you have to know the customer that this type of stuff is for. So go back to that last video that I did where I was talking about, like, find your perfect customer for you. if I was still in like a bazaar atmosphere, or if I was like doing like on-demand printing, baby, this would be it. This would be all that I would do. Like, you could really run a walk-in facility and make a killing with this. Even if you, those of you guys who, like, let's say that you got a design idea, right? And, or maybe you ain't even got an idea, but you got a creative fabric account or something like that. Sorry, it's gonna be a little noisy. You got an account or something like that. You could literally go on right now if you wanted to make, just say you want to make an extra $1,000 for Christmas, right? You go spend I'd say take $50. Take $50 and go and find you something that you can print on, something that you can sell for Christmas. And it ain't got to be a shirt. It could be an ornament or anything like that. You know, it could be a book. It could be anything that you're like, oh, I can, you know, I can totally sell that. That will take DTF print. Go buy it. Even if you just bought one just as a sample. And put it up on social media. You know, wearing it. Have a good call to action, have a direct link where they can buy it. And I say something Christmassy right now because, you know, we in the holiday season. It could be even an ugly sweater design, and I guarantee you it'll sell. It will sell. People are going to be needing, not wanting. People are going to be needing stuff for the holiday party, for the Christmas party. They're going to be needing stuff, right? And so that's a way that you could just go in and just start selling stuff and get customers. I'm running late on my holiday promotion because I've been doing so much stuff, and it looks like I'm not going to have, like, I might have a little small winter break. Y'all know, like, this is the time, the end of this month is like, I'm normally like, okay, y'all, I'm finna break. But in the print business, you got to get it when it's coming, because you'll have slow times, you'll have fast times. So as long as I have these times that, you know, coming, then that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm getting to having to do so many transfers now. I really need to hire somebody to do the transfers for me, you know. Make sense, Tampa? Yes, ma'am. And it's kind of like, if you got a kid or somebody around that can do the transfers, and you can have them, you know, you can have them sit up and do the transfers. I normally have my nephew sit up, and he'll cut these transfers. Now, I do know that Styles has a really good program where they have the transfers that are on the split sheet, but of course, again, it's expensive, right? So, and y'all, that Styles Fulfill engine is really, really great. So I'm not saying that, you know, buying DTF or printing your own DTF isn't a good idea. It's a great idea if you have the customer base for it, and that's your only business. And all you're doing is just cranking out DTF. DTF is making people rich, you know. But for people who are sitting at home and trying to run a home business, and you got a lot of stuff going on, this type of print just works. It just works. It does. It does. You can buy what you want, when you want. It's literally like, it's almost like you're running an on-demand print business, especially if you find someone that's local to you that you can order from. It's like running just having, you know, a little local business, quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm trying to get all of these cut up because I need to see and do a count on how many I have. Once I get going, I'll just run my scissors long ways, and it kind of makes it go a little bit faster. And I always order a couple of extras because sometimes I will mess something up. I'm gonna make me one of these shirts too. This is for, so this job, for this order, I'm going back to where I started. So I'm gonna be really, really excited, and hopefully I'll get some video tomorrow for you guys. I started my career out in this building, and so I'm going back. It's like going back in time to where I started. Oh, wow. I haven't been in that building since the early, like, probably like 92 or 93 or something like that. Like at least 30 years. I haven't been back in this building. So this is going to be like a homecoming for me. Like going back to where I started, and printing for the people who like literally like trained me, like, you know, so it's gonna be amazing. I'm really happy, and I'm gonna pop my shit. Okay, let me get up in there. I'm gonna pop my shit. So and let them see that, you know, hey, this is where I started, and this is where I done came to, and still looking to grow the business and move forward, you know. Really am. But y'all, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Like literally, if you watch the story and you follow this channel, and that's one thing that's good about this channel. You might not get the perfect video on this channel. You're not gonna get editing on this channel. Hell, sometimes the sound quality ain't good and stuff like that, but you get to literally see the journey. You get to literally see the journey, and you get to see me do stuff that turns into, you know, a full-fledged business. You get to see the evolution of these crazy business ideas that I get. One thing that I have not focused on this year, that I said that I was going to grow the laser business to a 6-figure business. And I haven't, y'all. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to focus on the laser. But I'm starting to put the laser out there, and I'm just now starting to get the laser out there and starting to advertise. And for me, it's kind of a problem because it's like, it's a different type of printing, right? And I have one customer is my focus. And so that one customer, while that one customer can use some things that are laser, I'm having a hard time navigating that space and breaking into that space. But I finally have started promoting it, opening my mouth, because that's the first thing to being able to sell anything is you got to open up your mouth and tell people what you got. So I finally started doing that, and telling people, you know, hey, that this is something else that we offer. Because a lot of times you get so comfortable with the money that you're making and the things that you're doing that you forget to promote, like, to your existing customers. You forget to put something in the box that says, hey, we're doing this, or you forget that that customer is not just that one-time customer. I was talking to a lady yesterday. I told her, I said, I came out here to meet you. I knew that because the kind of money that she was going to spend, she was going to spend like over 10 grand with me. So I knew that, okay, shoes, this lady don't know me from a cat in a hat, right? So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to talk to her so that she feels comfortable. And so I did do a video on that yesterday where I went out and I went out and talked to a lady and pitched to someone. That's something that is just me going out and like talking to my customers, being that type of printer that, hey, I'll come meet you where you at. Just doing that puts me up so far ahead of a lot of other printers in the game. Just doing that, just being that person that, hey, I'll come and sit down and have a conversation. Now, I'm not saying that every customer you should go sit down and have a conversation with, because I wouldn't go sit down. If you call me and you need one shirt, I'm not going to come and sit down with you. But if you call me and you need a lot of stuff and you don't understand the process of how this thing goes, then yeah, I'm going to come sit down and have a conversation with you. And sometimes it's just explaining to people what it is that you do. I had a customer this morning, when I got off the live with y'all earlier, the phone rang and the lady said, I want to know if you have a location where I can come in and place an order. And I said, no, ma'am, we don't. And she said, okay, thank you. And she hung up the phone. I sat there, because normally me, I'm like, well, baby, whatever, right? And I said, no, not today. We need all our customers, right? So I had knew, like, something inside of me was like, you done dropped the ball with this lady. You could have gotten this lady, right? This lady, you could have gotten her as a customer, just because you ain't got nowhere for her to come into, right? But I got a little cocky because I was like, baby, I know the AI done told you that we, you know, what we do, da 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 da. So something in me told me to pick up the phone, because I'm growing. I am growing in my business, and I'm trying to, you know, be better at my customer service. I tell y'all the truth on this channel. Sometimes my customer service can suck. So I picked up the phone and I called her back. And when I called her back, I said, hey, this is Latana. I wanted to give you a call back. I told her, I said, you hung up pretty fast, and I wanted to give you a call back and kind of explain to you how our business works. Oh, one of the questions she asked, so when she asked me if she could come in, that was one question, but then she asked me if I do. She said, well, do you do discounts with nonprofits? And I said no, and that was when she hung up. So I was like, after I hung up, I was like, okay, let me hit her back, because while we don't do a particular discount to, I said no, other than, I did say no, I said you'll just save the tax. It's the only thing we do is you won't pay the tax, right, if it's nonprofit. So something in me just told me to call her back. So I called this lady back, and when I called her back, I told her, I said, hey, I said, you hung up, I know you hung up. I said, hey, this is Latana. I said, I want to give you a call back and explain to you how we work, right? So I said, well, we're a bulk printing company, and so while we don't have the capacity for you to come in and touch and feel shirts, we do have some of the best prices around, and our price is really hard to beat at the quality that we provide, right? So there are people that do shirts that are cheaper than me, but I'm talking about screen printing now. With my screen printing, right, the quality of screen printing that I provide, you can't fuck with me. just straight up, you know. Um, and so, you know, I'm about that when it comes to that. So that's what I told her was, you know, our quality can't be beat at the price that we're giving it to you for. And she said, oh, I said, now, since I said, we have some excellent prices. I said, we have excellent prices because we do sell bulk. You know, we do sell in bulk. Pricing is already reduced, right? You're already getting a discount because you are purchasing in bulk. Anyways, long story short, I end up turning it into $1,000 order, y'all. Mm-hmm. Because I got out of my own way. You know how I be telling y'all, sometimes you in your own way, baby. Get out your own way and get out your feelings. That's what I had to tell myself today is get out your own way and get out your own feelings. Like, I know that I'm not the best person to answer the phones, right? My customer service skill is taught. It does not come natural. So sometimes when you don't have naturally have good customer service and your customer service skills is learned, because I'm not naturally a people's person. Like, I know every damn thing and can't nobody tell me nothing, right? But in business, you can't be like that. Um, so I have had to learn that, and sometimes I'm busy and I'm lazy, right? You're busy and you're lazy and you're like, I really don't want to just talk to nobody today. I just want everybody to go online and place an order, right? And then once you place the order, then I'll deal with you. But in real life, business don't work like that. You know, they make it look so easy out here on social media and things, and it's really not. So, you know, your customer skills, you got to be, you know, on point. Um, and you have to get out of your own way. So today I got out of my own way and I made my money. Um, the website is actually doing really, really good. I am trying to get to at least a 4% click click through rate on the website. I think today, let's see, because I haven't talked to many people today. Tell you guys about the AI assistant. I haven't talked to many people today um, on the phone. See what we got going here. See how many orders we have going. What kind of money the website is making. You gotta have an e-commerce site. Y'all gotta have an e-commerce site. I've got that done for you website that if you don't have a website, right, and you got about $750, because that's what it's gonna cost once everything is done. Costs about $750 to get your website up functioning, where you can check out, optimize, ready to go, right? The done for you websites where people can go from beginning to end and check out a real website that's functioning. I've got them. Let's see here what we got. So why is he still in print department? So we got 1, 2, 3. This Victor should be done. Oh, he's done. So let me mark his order as complete. Um, his order is completed and should have been marked as such last time. So So far today on the website, I've only taken like $870 in sales today. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought I did like 2 grand in sales today. Um, but I haven't. So, but I've done about $800 in sales today without me talking to anyone. So that's good on that. And then, oh, and then the lady that I converted over, her. So trying to get my click-through rate up on the website and get the sales. But people are actually placing orders online now where they were not placing orders at the beginning of the year. If you look at so just for the month of October, we've been hitting. So 6, 7, 8, 9, so 15 orders for the month of October. That ain't bad at all. That's 15 orders that I wouldn't have gotten, you know. So I'm happy with that. I would like to be able to get a sale um every day at least, you know. I can get single orders every day all day, but we talking about like I would like to have, you know, at least if I get the website to where, if I had my website to where my website was just doing $1,000 in sales a day, right? That would be $30,000 a month, right? So I'm not there yet, but that's my goal, you know. Because most of the stuff that I do is, you know, most of the stuff that I do where I've been ordering is people ordering through the phone. So the last couple of months, having with fixing the website and having the website where people can order has been like truly amazing for me, y'all. Because sometimes I might do $5,000-$6,000 in just online sales, or I've even done like a $10,000 month in online sales, which, you know, doesn't compare anything to the in the big picture of everything, but it does make a big difference because I'm fighting towards a goal. You know, you're going towards a goal with everything you do. So sometimes with DTF I get nervous, like with this little logo here, I'm kind of nervous. So I am going to, because it's so super thin. I find that with thin stuff, Adrian. Oh, I don't need Adrian. I can turn this heat press on here. I'll show y'all this heat press that I got from the show. An automatic heat press, which, baby, okay, it's a little cheap heat press that gets the job done. People think you got to have the best equipment. I was talking to a lady yesterday, the lady that I went out to go talk to, and I told her, I said, we were talking about how I made it through COVID and stayed in business. I said, because everything I purchased, I paid cash for. And if I didn't pay cash for it, I paid it off. And so I don't mind buying used equipment for my business. I don't have to have the shiniest equipment, you know, to print on. It just needs to be able to print and do a damn good job at printing, right? It needs to be give me some quality prints. Um, and as long as it can do that, then, you know, I'm happy in business. We're going to let this heat press heat up. We're going to let this heat press heat up, and then I'm going to test this print. So I'm going to move y'all over to this side because this is the heat press. That's the heat press right there that we're going to be working on. So I was at the show, and as I was walking through the show, I hear somebody and they say, boss, boss, boss. And I'm like, turn around. And Because now it's a lot of bosses up in there, right? But I know, okay, people ain't really calling nobody boss but me. So I'm like, okay, let me see who this is and what's going on. I'm gonna take this off for a minute. See who this is and what's going on. And so I turned around and the lady said, boss, come. So I went over there. She said she got something for me. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see what you got. And so she had this baby and she was like, take two of these with you and try them out and let us know how they work. So I grabbed the two heat presses. I did not know that they were um I was a bit confused because she gave me some, so they gave me some bottles to sublimate, right? And so I was like, okay, the not yeah bottles or tumblers to sublimate. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sublimate these. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sub these, and then I got home with the first one, opened up the first one, and I knew it was a cap press. And then the second one, I was thinking, okay, she just gave me a tumbler press, but it was a cap press too. So it's like, okay. Um, so I don't know if that was what was meant to be done, but I do like the fact that with this press, I'll show you guys. Let me pick it up because it's hard to show y'all. So this particular press right here, you see how wide this is? This is wider than the normal cap presses. It actually has two. It has this one, which is higher. So if you're actually doing something like this with the six bibs, you should literally use the other one, but we're going to use this one. So I'm going to sit the phone down for a second while I get it organized and get it ready for me to press. Hopefully y'all can smooth this out of the way. I got my charger on here, y'all, so you see me doing all of this moving around on here. So let's see what I'll set. Okay, I'll move this here. Sit that at. So I'm gonna raise this up and then I'm gonna lock it in. Now, if you notice, this doesn't go completely flat. I could pull out, but I guess we'll pull out. Go on and pull all this stuff out. Pull this out. This one's not gonna go completely flat. This actually needs to go on that one, but one thing I didn't like is that this knob is here, so I think that it gets kind of in the way of the cap, actually, of putting stuff on and whatnot. You see how, what I mean, right there? But we're gonna press because I need to just to make sure that these things are gonna stick on here. Where was that little one? I'm gonna do this little one here and put it on there. I did figure that if I could take my hand and put my hand on the cap press, that I could kind of hold it down. And so all you do is there's a button here, and you just press the button, and it goes down. Now, I don't know if y'all saw that, but I took that and I just took it and pushed it, and it went down just a little bit more. And I just want to test these and see. I may use this press. I don't know. We got to test the pressure on it and see if it will pass the test for me to do that. If not, I'll take my other cap presses with me. And so what I do with my presses, I've got them logoed, and I've got my little followers on Instagram and my little ink man, because that's the side that I'm normally working on, right? So let's see. Let it cool a little bit. So as I'm taking stuff like this, I'll take stuff and I'll just put stuff all over the caps. So I can use, you know, one cap, have multiple things going on with it. Okay, so it did not catch that corner right there. So I'm going to try to catch that corner. This one caught pretty good. That right there, I didn't get that R on there. So I'll try to go back. I may have to kind of turn this over to the sideways to get it, but I'm not going to be pressing with this type of cap on when I actually do the live, so that's not to be worried about. Hopefully I can catch that. And I need to see how this comes off. So I'm wondering, you know what? That probably just twists off, y'all. That looks like, I thought that was a fuse. That's not a fuse. That is actually, oh, that's actually fun and easy. That is actually pretty easy to remove. Those are little knobs. That's good to know. So let's turn it that way. I'm gonna figure out how it goes on there. So I guess you just come into that area where it needs to be and then put that back on there. Or let's see if this type of cap will fit on here flush now. I don't think it's a bad machine for $100 at all. You can find this machine over on Amazon. I'm going to do a full review on it, but you know, y'all get it when y'all get it on this channel. Because baby, we might not be busy today, and then tomorrow it might be a whole nother situation. So let's see. Does it give a better fit here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a much better fit. Okay, I can see exactly what's going on. So it's not touching that. I can see exactly what's going on there. So now we got a base. Okay. It says literally in the, does not have pressure. This right here, it could be that these knobs that you tighten these, I have no idea, because like I said, but I do like the fact that you can just do that. So, but it does get on there and it's pushed down off in there. So I do like that. We'll wait and see on this one. This one was over off on the side, so that's why I did not press. I did not print. Remember I was talking about this particular one, this other one. Let's see if we can get this on a cap. It's probably too, this one is going to be too big. But y'all know me, I'm going to try it. It's going to be too big and it's not going to fit. So I'm going to have to either order some more transfers or something. So on this one, I'm going to push it down first so that it can flatten that cap out. What I did like is that you don't have that press line on there. You don't see that? You don't have that press line. So I did like that. Oh, let's see if this comes off. Okay, so that's how it looks. It actually, see that? I'm gonna go in and thicken up the lines in the design. So on this one, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna press this, and then I'm gonna try to move it forward and try to press it again so that I could get that second press. And I just feel like that little push does something to me. I don't know why. I feel like it does something. There is a set and there's a mode, but I don't even know if there's, like I told you guys, I don't know if, so see, that won't get to that top. So in that case, I'm going to try to figure out me a way that I can make it do what I want it to do. That's going to bend that cap and make a curve in it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah, see, this is going to mess up. So I'm going to definitely have to make this job smaller because it's hitting at the top of that cap. So I would have to do that with the hand iron. And before I do that, we'll just go ahead and, yeah, I got it on there though, baby. She got it on there. But we'll go here at the bottom and try to fix that. And then I'll just play with it a couple of times just so that I can still use it as a sample. And it's not messed up. Just so that I can at least use it as a sample. Okay, so it's got an up button over there. I can see that that top part is not down. It's on there, but it's not as flat as I would like for it to be. You know, because we did. I'm gonna see. I think I can make that happen. I have to order some smaller transfers because I won't be able to be doing that at the event. But just for me to get this one on here. I do like that. Got a little, well, that's not bad at all. It's really not bad at all, y'all. Not bad at all. But that's the cap press. As y'all can see, that is the cap press. Not bad, Tampa. My design is too big, but I'll just jump on there and order some. And then on this logo here, I might try, I should have tried to press that on something. Let me turn that back on and go ahead and press the bigger logo on something. So I do like to change the plates. Let me see how many transfers I got. Well, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. Cynthia's calling. Okay. So the goal is to have at least 50 of each transfer. So 63. Let's see here. Ooh, that's caramelized. So we got 63. We need to write that down. Okay, find an ink pen for shit. Got too much stuff on this desk over here. Those caps over there. So 63. What's this pen work? Nope. I think I cleared out the office when I went to the event the other day. Use this marker. So 63 Texas big. Adrian! Hold on, y'all. Okay. So here we go. 63 Texas. Big Texas. So I like to have, I want to have 50 of each design. And then I'm positively sure of these we got. So when we're counting up the money, this is like counting money, honey. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 6. So, judging at this is about 100 of these. We'll put 100 of these. I don't expect to print all of these because stuff like this I'll order extra because you'll have it. So 100 small Texas. As long as I have them big Texases, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then I got, oh, I got over, I'm gonna have over 100 of those. So I need to see if we have, go ahead and pack these up. Boxes, so I'm gonna pack this stuff up. Where the other containers are at? Probably from the last event. I purchased containers and I had, I was so mad, y'all, because people will, one thing I have found, baby, people will leave with your containers. They will disappear with your stuff, so you gotta be careful about that too. So this one right here, let's see how many of these we got. And I gotta check the time. I gotta see how much time I got. Tampa, what you working on today? Okay. Here's that big one. Here's the big one on the bucket cap. Clearing your space, girl. Yeah. Whew. I know. Okay. Let's take a look and see how that looks. I'm gonna put y'all right here. When you're doing DTF and it prints is real little, thin like that, it's hard for that adhesive to get on there. I'm gonna let me lift this up because this should be at $2.95 and it's actually not. It's at $2.75. That could be my problem. Okay. Let's let that sit for a minute. That could be the problem. Okay. We know that this size is fine. I've been cleaning up my space too, because it's hard to work when the space is cluttered. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, almost the other day was like, just throw this press that printer back there has to go. It's too big and bulky. I want it out of here. So that's 30. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40. 2, 3. That's 50. Doing 2 minutes. I be overbuying. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 70. So these I'm going to put to the side. We'll tell y'all a tip. So if you put out everything that you have, people will just keep coming. And they won't, people will just keep coming. So I try to put some stuff over to the side and then pull out, because people will ask for more. And so sometimes I always have, like, you always have to make sure that whenever you're doing any type of event or anything like that, that at least the person that hired you and the CEOs and the executive, you want to make sure that you take care of them. So you always put something back so that you got at least 10 items so that you can press them up something real nice. I got it on there, but I think that I'm gonna go back and reorder. When you price, that's another thing. When you price, if you price your stuff to where your client, you got extra, you can go back and reorder. This a big client, so. Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's just 1. It's on there, but it's on there. Of course, you can't see it on here because, you know, this is dark, but it is on there. I am going to go ahead and order some more of these, thicken up the lines. Most of the time, like the CEOs and the corporate people, the people up top, they get their stuff last. Don't ever get it before. I used to always say, hey, you want a shirt? They always say, we'll wait to the last. So I always make sure that I have something for them. So I always do something extra. If you need to build it in your pricing, build it in your pricing. Because you always want the person who hired you to get something. How are they going to remember you? Right? And even if you order, let's say if they ordered 100 shirts and you did 100 shirts and you fully completed your job and did everything you were supposed to do, at the end of the day, They didn't get something. They didn't get something, and they're going to forget you. Or they're going to say, well, they ran out of stuff. And you always got to have something for when you're extra on the fly. So that's going to be 70 and 60. $70 Dallas, big, 60 small, Dallas. I'm writing down the total number that I'm going to put out. So I'm going to put 50 of those out. Only going to put out 50 of each design. The more you put out, the harder your job will be. So we got 44 of these. So we're short. So we got 44 of the y'alls. Big. That's 4 mediums. We actually got enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exactly 50 of those. These I'm going to go and buy something else to put in these, to put these, for these to sit in, but for now they can just sit there for the big ones. I normally will put these in, I'll put these in some Ziploc bags, like literally like before the event. I'll Ziploc them up in bags, but for now, at least we know that, okay, we got them in something, kind of starting to kind of get them organized. And this one here, I need to take out, about 10 of these big ones up out of here. So far we have, that is 174, 274, and 277, and then 76, 333. It's 333 so far that we've already got. I think they're gonna have about 1,000 transfers. Like I say, I'm always over. I'm always over. Always over what I need. Always show up over and not under, baby. Be the head and not the tail. Okay. Okay, so let's, y'all, I'm still finding. When I tell you I be over ordering, I do. But hey, it's okay, because you'll never say that I came unprepared. Okay. These need to go on every shirt. So I actually need, oh, we got the bottom ones that's gonna go on every shirt. And that will go on every shirt. So that's fine. So this is good. So at some point in an event, you'll have, like, you will have logos that it's like at some point you're gonna just run out, right? You're just gonna run out of stuff, and that's just understood. White big. So that'll make up the 50 on that. And then with these, we know that we have at least 200. And then we still have Texas logos. And so, only thing I'm going to reorder is these should be fine on something light color. Let me put this on some light color. So, I actually want these to go on caps though, and they ordered dark color caps, so I actually want some of these to be white. I'll go with, and then I said I was going to order the smaller ones, the small Texas. So what I need to do is order the Texas in small for caps, and then the DAI for caps, thicken it. And then there's one logo that's Infomart building. They need those big and small. So, and then these right here should fit on a cap just perfectly fine. These will fit perfectly fine. I may order a few more of these. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, So even though the client ordered those in that color, I know that when I get these caps, it's not going to just look the best. So what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to take and order some of those in white, and some in a pink, because they got some pink caps and they have some black, not black, but like a charcoal, and that's going to be too dark. I did change up the shirt's colors, so I did recommend to switch up the shirt colors, but I didn't change up the caps. 3, 4. So I'm going to order a few more of these. Order 10 more small in each color, and okay, so I'm gonna order those. I still got all of this stuff, which I'll use on the shirts. So I'm gonna put this over here just so that I could see it. I like to visualize everything. It's just what I do. Just like to visualize everything and make sure that it looks gonna look right on that light color, which it should be fine. Okay, so that's that. And then I should be good, y'all. I should be good to go. Well, you know, everybody should have a big calendar. Ooh, everybody should have a big calendar, right? Ooh, that's a private joke, y'all, between me and Tamara. Move that calendar, baby. At least you get, that's what I would be doing. Like, if it wasn't all of this stuff going on, honestly, that's what I would be doing, is getting ready, baby. Getting ready for the get ready. I'm going to put the little one on there too, y'all, so I can see. I put a couple of these little ones in just different places because I'm trying to see, are the little ones pressing down all the way and what's the deal, so that I can be ready, baby. I can be ready, so I will know. Because, and I'll probably do some of these in white. I think I'm gonna do some of them in white. Just so that they have stuff. But I do like the fact that the heat press is automatic. That's the only thing. My cap presses are not automatic. So, you know, that will give us the... Cynthia called me again. She gonna be like, I didn't know you had got back on the live, honey. Y'all know when I go live, it'll be like a day, and it'll just be like me kind of going live and kind of on here and talking. And I just really do this so, you know, if anybody have any questions or anything like that, and just to, you know, to stay relevant over here on YouTube in between me not really doing a whole lot of stuff, because on this channel I don't really have time to, you know, it goes back to that choose your customer thing type of thing. Like, this is for the fun and whatnot. At some point, you know, it's got to make some money. But just kind of like a little extra release, something for me to get on here and, you know, talk to y'all and stuff like that. The YouTube channel, it does make a little bit of money. It will pay a bill, you know. And then next month, you know, December, January, February, those will be like the months that I really train and whatnot. I really am wanting to get back to sublimation really bad, because like it's Christmas time. I'm like, this is the time to pull out your sublimation printers and get your sublimation popping. I got all that sublimation ink that I got to get rid of. So I'm gonna start getting rid of this sublimation ink. I know I'm seeing some in Tampa. I'm gonna probably keep some, and you know, we gonna get to subbing, sis. We need to get to subbing, because we got just so much, you know, just so much of that ink that we gotta use that ink up. Okay, the big one is fine. That small print just is too small. So we're not going to be able to do that small print, y'all. That small one, see? Small prints are just too small. But this big one is fine. The small is just too small to hold the adhesive. It's just too small. It's not enough ink to really hold. So we're not even going to do that. So those small ones, we're just going to throw them on down there on the ground. And I won't even cut them up. But these big ones I have. These I'll cut up tonight while I'm watching TV, honey. We'll just use those smaller ones, and those will be, that will be it. We won't even use the big ones. And then we good. I just need to place one order. I'm gonna put my order in before 3 o'clock so that my guy can go ahead and get it out for me, and I'll have it today. Within, if I put it in at 3, I'll have it like by 5 o'clock. Which is the amazing thing. These right here, I'm just going, these did cut and work because they're thick. So you have to be kind of, you know, aware of stuff like that. I knew when I was printing those out, I was like, I don't know about these. Right? I was like, I don't know about these, if these are going to work. But, you know, I tried it. I have in my contracts, and I always tell my clients that, you know, with this type of printing stuff, you know, I have to have some type of discretion to make executive decisions, because it's my business. And my job is to give them what's going to look right, right? Not what they just say, oh, I want it to be this size or that size. So I have to kind of go in and kind of think about it and say, okay, let me give y'all what's going to look right. Okay, it comes back with the shirts. I'm going to go ahead and print some up. What do y'all think about these designs where, what do y'all think about this new print method where you just put transfers all over the shirt, designs all over the shirt? I gotta go, y'all, because I see that Mr. Ken is calling. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. It wouldn't get canned to shirts. I'm ready for some sublimation too. If you're ready for some sublimation, drop sublimation in the comments, baby. I might give away a sublimation print, honey. Because I'm ready for some sublimation too. I's ready too. Adrian! I don't know where that boy is. He just ain't moving right today. Like, lady, you ain't gonna just keep calling me, worrying me, stressing me. Sometimes I swear I think Adrian goes and hides somewhere. I think he be going and hiding, y'all. I'm ready for that sublimation. Like I literally, like I want to do some sublimation socks. Definitely do the Santa bags. Some hard goods. I definitely want to do some stuff with some hard goods and stuff. Y'all see my new table? Did I show y'all the table? Did y'all really see the table? I've been changing up some stuff in the room. So I got this over here. That's a new rack right there that I gotta get some stuff and get that organized, but that's pretty organized for me, right? And then I switched out my table with this wood table. This is where I'm gonna be like pitching and showing stuff, and then y'all see I got something new over there in the corner, that muffin is sitting on. So got some new stuff that a couple of things, nothing major, like no major changes in the business, but you know, just bringing in stuff. I'm gonna put over there where that embroidery machine is sitting. It's got to go because embroidery is just too dang on slow for me. Um, And so I bought the embroidery machine for myself and like to do like little small jobs for customers and stuff, but I don't have time to do that no more. So literally, like I'm probably gonna have Carmen when has her spare time, like come pick up the embroidery machine and let her give her a try at it if it give her something to do. Um, and or Michelle, either one of them to probably come and pick it up and get it out of my way. And then I'm gonna put the laser machine over there because I feel like I can make more money, not even more money, because I'm not making any money with that embroidery machine. It's just sitting there. Even with the laser, I feel like the laser will make money if it's there in my face. Y'all know, like you have equipment and you be like, oh, I forgot that I even got that, and I don't push it because it's out of sight, out of mind. When your stuff is out of the way and you can't see it, you just be like kind of forgetting that you even got it. So I'm gonna put that in a place where I can see it, and then that way I know that, okay, I got that and I can make money with it. Even if the laser does not turn into 100K business, I think just having the laser as just me having the laser to do my own promotional products and stuff like that, I think that'll be good. And it could just be me that's the hold up with the laser, right? Because I don't have it in here and I have not truly identified my customer for it. I think if I can identify my customer for it, then I can sell it. Until I can identify the customer, it's going to be a hard sale. And that's just the truth of the matter, is until you can identify your customer. That goes for me, that goes for y'all, that goes for everybody. Until you can identify who is the customer that needs that product, it's going to be a hard sale. Oh, It's one thing about it that I can tell y'all, why the laser, I thought the laser would be a good idea. At first I was like, laser would be a great idea, especially for activations and stuff. But the problem with the laser, let me go on and give y'all the business. So the problem with the laser tamper, this will be for you, because the problem with the laser and using the laser for branding and activations, and like for my particular clients, is that a lot of the venues don't want smoke. They don't want anything that can catch on fire. And the insurance is so high. Like I've got 4 million in I got a 3 million policy with a rider that's another million that's on top of the 3 million in case something was to happen, right? But I ain't trying to do that and hear that. So these companies, these venues, if the venues don't let it in, it doesn't matter if the client wants it. So it's time for me to move on. This is the effing ink, y'all. This is the red. It's red number 5 is screen print. Screen printed, baby. Nephew Pookie screen print this. Go check out the Instagram page. And this is the effing ink. This is a red. This is a one. Let me tell y'all something. That's why I tell y'all. The quality can't be beat. This is a black t-shirt with a one-hit white. This is a one-hit white. Okay? I'm going to get up close so y'all can see. Has a vintage look to it. This is a one-hit white, and that white is bright. I don't even think that you guys can even see how bright that white is from where I'm at in here in this room. But this white is fucking bright. This red is bright. It doesn't look like it, I think, like where I'm sitting at. I don't know if y'all can really see how bright this red is to be on a black shirt with one hit. This how you make your money screen printing, with one hit. Now, if you look at the red here, and you look at the red here, this is still a one-hit white, right? This is a one-hit white, and with the red on top of it. It's just barely brighter. It's just barely brighter. What does that mean? When I be telling people that I don't underbase a lot, right? I be like, I ain't underbasing. I ain't got time for underbasing. So there you go, right? Yeah. I be like, I ain't got time to be underbasing nothing. Yeah, you yeah, I've been fucking calling you.
What's in the bag? Who you cussing at like that?
So what? I'm talking to you, nephew. I can't find the other, so we missing the other containers for this. And then I wanted to know if we had some Ziploc bags. I only got 3 of the black containers here.
No, I think some over there on the side.
I only seen one right there. We had 9 of these.
Okay, let me go look.
But you ain't got to get them right now. I just want to know. And then I want to know if we had some Ziplocs. Because what I was going to do is I was going to put these out. And then these over here was going to be the extras that I'm going to take. But because we don't want people going crazy, we're going to have the extras over to the side so we can make sure that the people have their stuff at the end. So I got extras in the Dallas. I don't have extras in the y'all. The Dallas and this one. And then I got one more design that's really jacked up that I'm going to try to see about doing. But that's what I was trying to see. All of these is ready. That one right there, I was thinking maybe you can cut it up tonight.
On the little bitty ones.
Man, I cut some of them.
I'll do them.
They a beast. Them little bitty ones, they don't want me out.
I did all the roles I can go on.
They a beast, they want me out.
I made sure I ain't do them though. I was looking at them the same. I said, yes, I'm chill on these. I ain't know what it was neither, because I was like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a long thing or what.
Yeah, for shoes. You did good to do shoes, because that was all them and them. I didn't even know that we had those other rows, so.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that roll shoes. Once I got to that blue stuff, I said, man,
I didn't even know. I would have had that. I would have did that at the place, but we could say we're gonna do that same. We're gonna use them next year at that same event.
Okay.
And then the Texas we don't even need, because we got a lot of extra Texas, like the Texas, them little. I'm gonna start putting that stuff online and selling it as extras and leftovers, or use them when we go to events and just having extra stuff to the side.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you need me to do these?
I personally think.
I got it.
Now, I'm going to tell you about this. I personally think that we need to take our other, we need to take them other two heat presses.
Not that one.
Mm-hmm. It worked. When the caps come, I'll see. It worked, but I take my hand and push it down. It just matter like what y'all want to do with it. Well, she left it in here. Oh, she left it in here good. Okay, so let me pack up all this stuff. These is a. Oh, here, baby. Let's get all of
them. Yeah, them ones I need right there.
them. Good sales.
Other one had me in off for a minute.
These I'm just keeping for samples. I went out, met with the jackpot lady yesterday. I gotta redo her logo. This logo right here is the logo that I'm working on. What I'm gonna try to do is, so that's 3 and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she got 2 different designs, which is the problem, which is if I was hoping that this word jackpot and this word betcha would go in the same thing, but it won't. So that means I'm gonna have to do completely different screens. But I'm thinking, no, I won't. No, I won't, y'all. So I can do the white, right? And then the white screen, the yellow screen, everything can be the exact same except for the black screen and the green screen. That would have to be different. And then I just switch out that screen. That'll give me 5 screens instead of doing like 8 different colors. Because I'm going to actually drop this down to a 4-color logo and I'm going to screen print it. I'm going to drop it down to a 4-color logo and screen print it on black shirts and different color shirts. So the black will take on the black color of the shirt. We won't screen print that. But the green, where the bingo, behind the bingo where it has that blue, I'm going to screen print that. This is a prime example of a customer who said, hell no, I don't want that shit. I couldn't sell her on, she did not want, she didn't want DTF. So that's why I tell y'all, every customer is not going to want it. This is a job that we did right here. We printed this live. When you print live, we do This is a 3-color job we did live. We did front and backs. So I'm gonna keep this one as a sample shirt. You gotta keep sample shirts in your showroom so that you have stuff to show to your clients when people, when people call you. Even if you're working at home or whatever, you still gotta be able to. This the one I'm gonna put out because it's got front and back. Next is one will invest your money for you, baby, and keep you rich. That's what they do. There's a bunch of rich folks. They will invest your money for you. Financial planning. They are Texas based, and they will invest your money and keep your money. Um, Keep you, help you. That's what financial companies supposed to do, is to help you keep your money. And so that's what they do, y'all. Help you keep your money where your money is growing and you're not losing. So this how I have this, just with like different shirts, so that I can show the different t-shirts. But I had kind of messed stuff up because I went out and pitched and just talked to the lady. And I took out different shirts. So when I went out, I'll tell you guys what, um, when I went out and I was talking to this lady, what really sold her is that I was really so knowledgeable. When I walked in, the little black girl, baby, with the 2 ponytails, and I had my cap on yesterday. Y'all see the video. I walked in like this here, baby. She probably said, "Who is this country bumpkin right here?" Baby, I'm the t-shirt lady and I come to slay. Anyways, the t-shirt that she had before, I don't know who printed this shirt, but it wasn't nothing wrong with the print. It wasn't that the print was bad. It was because the print was good, but it was the color combination. The color combination made it dull because it was a dark print with a dark shirt. And so it looked dull compared to what she like. If this person sat down with her and had a meeting like I did, and they looked at her shirts, her previous shirts, they would have immediately noticed that this lady likes red, white, blue, bright colors, right? Like this right here. So this was the sample that we printed off of what she sent me. It's dull. When she showed me the shirt that she had like the previous 2 years ago, and then another design, I told her, I said, "Oh, so you really don't want a muted out color." I said, "So do you want it muted, or do you want it to be bright and pop?" When I said pop, she was like, "I want it to pop." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm going to turn that to red, make it bright, and make it pop. And we'll do that with the screen print. You can do that with DTF too. But the other thing that was wrong with the shirts is the sleeves. So you have to know sleeves. Like you have some people that y'all see, I got that wobble, 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 right? They don't want this. They don't want a shirt that's tight here. So like when you're looking at a next level t-shirt, the next level t-shirt is going to have the side seams. It's going to be more form fitting. And so she actually wanted a shirt that does not have side seams, right? So we took her back into a Gildan shirt. Even this is a Bella Canvas t-shirt, and it has side seams. The Bella Canvas shirt is a little wider, like wider. Is when it comes down, it's not contoured where it comes in and hits the curve like the next level t-shirt. You gotta know this stuff, right? And you gotta know like the sleeves. So the sleeve cap on the shirt that she had was capped like this, right? So it was capped. I'm going to turn it around this way. So the sleeve on the shirt that the person sold her looked like that, right? It was a girl sleeve. So if you have like a shirt and the sleeve come out here and then it goes in right there, it's a girl shirt. And then I looked at the collar of the shirt. The collar had a big scoop, right? So I zoomed in. She said, "I don't know what this is right here." And I said, did you order a ladies cut?" And she said, "No." And I said, well, that's a ladies cut shirt. And she said, how did you know? And I told her, I said, baby, I've been doing this for 20 some years. This is how I know. The shirt did not have a tag in it or anything, but I knew that it was a ladies cut tee. And so that's what she got. And she was, she was upset about it. Um, so we're going to remedy that situation so she doesn't have to, she'll be able to get something that she wants and that she really does like. I'll show you guys I haven't heard from this company in a while. I might have lost them. Um, have to call and see. Sometimes you have people that will retire, things like that, or somebody coming in and under binge or whatever. This was a Wingstop. These are the shirts we did for Wingstops, and we actually did this on the Gilda Soft style. They wanted to color match. Their concern was they wanted their green to match, right? They was like, we want that green to match. And so did we hit it out the park or not? And so this was another one. This one said the par is high. Y'all get it? The par is high. So it was actually, I think we did like three different, I think they had like 3 different designs, but so stuff like that. Just having, we just have that type of stuff in here in the little show area so that when people call, we got something for them when I'm showing them stuff. I'm gonna get some hooks and kind of clean this area up over here. So and get some hooks and kind of clean it up a little bit. And then on sometimes I have like extra shirts so that because sometimes I will actually, a customer may say, can you send me a t-shirt sample to look at or to show or whatever. I don't send you an actual sample of your artwork, right? Because the thing is, when people, and this is what I tell a lot of people, when people say, well, do you print samples, right? If you're confident in your work and you know that you do good work, you don't need to actually print up a sample of that t-shirt, right? For them to know that you can print. You just need to be able to show them this is the quality of your print and what you can do. So if you hit me and you say, hey, and I look at your design, I'll say, okay, well, her design has blue and white in it. I'm going to send her this shirt. You see the quality of the print. That's enough for you to know whether you want to fuck with me or not, right? And if you still need to see something and you're not paying for it, then hey. And for me, it's honestly like sometimes you can't even pay me to do a sample print. You just can't even pay me to do a sample print just because it's just going to take too long, too much of my time. And if I've showed you the quality of my work and you still stuck, then you just might not be the customer for me. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it like that too, y'all. I done cleaned up this room in here messing with y'all. Got this Texas design. Just gotta find a way to like display just like all of my stuff. So yeah, let me get ready to order this stuff. Krishna Dasare says, hi, are you a teacher? I am a business consultant. So I am a business consultant to the apparel industry. Screen printing is the main thing that I do. Screen printing, marketing, your business, that type of stuff. I'm an old school coach, right? Not one of these new school coaches, old school coach. Um, it's a big difference. You never know until you have one. Um, but if you go over to latana.com, you will find classes, you will find my information. I'm active in my business, as you guys can see. So I'm busy, and I do offer consultations, I do offer training and stuff like that. I don't like my time to be wasted, so I tell people, if you reach out to me, make sure that you're ready to go, that you're really, you know, ready to put in the work and stuff like that. Because at this point in my life and in my career, it's a choice, not a you know what I'm saying, not a thing that um, is like I gotta sell these classes or whatnot. So it's a big difference. But I'm damn good at what I do, and if you listen and follow the plan, you will be very successful. And I guarantee you that the training and the teachings that I do, the things that I teach you, will definitely, most definitely work for you. I know I'm doing a lot of maneuvering, y'all, but it's time for me to get over here on the computer. Turn the lights back on. I can't stand a messy room, so I have to clean up stuff as I go. I had hairbrushes and had all my personal stuff off in here that I've been working with. Come on and come on. Get this computer on. Time to go over and check the email. So, before I get off of here, okay, you or anyone using this computer will lose your artwork. Nope, I did not say shut down. Even shut down anyway. So having these AI assistants. Yes, sir.
Where your cards at?
What card?
Like a card for your shirt business.
A business card? Who needs a business
The
card?
dude who cut the trees, he want a business card. You do your work. I got a client. You know?
How many shirts do we need?
I don't know.
How long we got to qualify?
I need the card first.
Baby, I don't just give my cards out to anybody.
Come on, get it to me. I'm gonna tell them that 24 pieces are highest. That's what we do. All right.
Tell them to go to. Let me see. Which website do that have on it? Because he can go online and order. You know, I don't. Let me see here. This website here on the bottom. Don't tell him this one on the bottom right there. The other one is the live print site. Okay. Y'all, I am particular. Y'all might say, oh, that's kind of weird, but let me tell you something. You got to qualify your customer, baby. I don't give out my cards to anybody just because of the simple fact of everybody ain't my customer. One customer. I service one customer. And that's the way it is. That's the way I scale. That's the way I'm going to continue to scale. That is my mindset, and that's it right now, you know. And it's always been my mindset, but right now I'm really, really focused on sticking to my customer and focusing on that, making sure that, hey, you ain't even out there just trying to market and grab other customers, people that's not, you know, qualified. If they ain't qualified, just leave them alone. You know, and you gotta, sometimes you gotta.
That was a little youngster right there. He wanted some shirts did. I gave him your cord. He said, here go his cord.
What am I gonna do with it?
I don't know, maybe he said he was asking if y'all need y'all trees or something cut.
I don't need no trees.
Trim or whatever. He just letting y'all know that he do business out here. I guess he just going around stopping for
Here, baby, here. Put that in there. And put because I got a sign right there that says t-shirts. Pick up, that's for my customers that come to pick up these t-shirt orders.
Okay.
So that they'll know. I'm gonna have to rethink that situation because it might not be the best place for it to be.
Alright.
Okay. Trying to get this PC started. Come on and come on. I don't know what I did. There we go. There we go. So I was telling you guys about me having all this free damn time when I am in the office. When I'm out of the office and I'm busy, I'm like, oh, I'm just busy. And I'm just thankful that we got the AIs. But when I am in here, I'm like, okay, let me find something that I can do because, baby, the bot is answering the emails. Okay. Oh, Molly, this sounds really great. Thank you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Really excited. The transfers are coming out really nice. I'm working on that last one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's listen to some recordings. So, remember, one customer, one goal. The AI is answering all of the calls.
Are you calling to get a quote, calling about an existing order, booking a live event, or do you have another question?
Some people just will hang up. A lot of these are, okay, so this customer wants polo shirts for a baby. Huh? Let's see. Polo shirts for a baby? Let me see what this is going on here.
Thank you for calling T-Shirt Shop Dallas. Are you calling to get a quote, calling about an existing order, booking a live event, or do you have another question?
Another question.
Could you please clarify which courses you're interested in? We're a custom T-shirt and apparel printing shop. Are you asking about something related to printing or design?
Baby, you doing too much. You got to turn all that noise down trying to get a
quote. Tell me a bit more
quote.
about what you're looking for, and I'll do my best to help.
Polo, baby, gender reveal. Okay.
It sounds like you might want custom polos for a baby gender reveal event. Is that correct? How many polos do you need? Great. For orders under 24 shirts, each shirt is $14.95, no color limit, single side. Would you like one design on the front, back, or both?
Both.
For printing on both sides, each side would be $14.95. So your total per polo would be $29.90. May I get your name and phone number to start your quote?
Devin 214-625-5098.
Thank you. I've recorded your contact number. May I get your name as well?
Devin Williams.
Okay, so I'll give him a call back, but he only want two. So what I'm trying to train my AI to do is, this is a perfect example for me to go in and train her that I don't give calls back. I'm not gonna call back for under two shirts, but because it's is I will have to, since it already did it, I will have to go in and do that. So, oh shit, I was supposed to be meeting somebody today. Oh shit, I forgot. Um, Here's somebody that needs a quote. Okay. So I can literally like go in and look at stuff and see, and then I can also see if it's spam or whatnot, and then I can also go and check on emails and see how it has been replying to emails, because it will literally like reply to the emails now. So So that's what you have to do. Is like every now and then you have to literally like go in and like call it and make sure that everything is going on, all that everything is right, going right with your AI. That's what I'm gonna do. Is he'll get it out for me either way, girl. Um, okay, so her. Let me print out these orders that did come through, so that I could have them. And then this one order, I said, let me go on and do that Tampa. So we got the big Texas, the small, the y'alls. Let's see which one. What I need to do is figure out for that big order what size, how many shirts I have in storage that I could use for that one next order. Two needs to figure that out. Okay, that's that deal. How many dang gum deals I got? Got all these different. I still have not um still have not transferred all the files over for this PC, but this is a 10G order, so I sure need to go on and get it together, especially when I screen print it. Turn that on so I can get that information up out of there. These should already be pretty much done, so it won't be a whole lot to do. Um, with these. So this one, I'm going to delete this page. I'm thinking about going with, so y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. So I always tell y'all, like, you gotta have like your business insurance, which I think this year it was like rated like $1,000. But honestly, hold on. Okay, y'all, my son needs me. Okay, y'all, my son needs me. So let me get off of here. Love y'all. Talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.